Good morning, dear children. Today I am going to continue the lesson 2.1, The Girl on the Train. Before I started, I just want to revise the lesson. In the previous video, I told you the narrator was blind. He was accidentally blind. He was not by birth blind, so he can imagine the scene that he has seen in the previous. Now he was on a journey. He was going by train to Dehradun. And he was alone in the compartment. No one was there. And suddenly, one girl got up into the train. Her parents also came to see of her, and they seemed very anxious and about her safety and about her comfort. And after that, when train started, narrator asked, what he asked? He just asked, "Are you going to Dehradun?" And the girl shattered. By hearing his voice, the girl shattered. Why she shattered? Because she thought no one else was there in the compartment. Why she thought like this? Because maybe the narrator was sitting at a dark corner. That's why. Maybe. So she shattered, and she said, "I didn't know anyone else was here in the compartment." She just replied to the narrator. That much I taught you in the previous video. Now I am going to continue from the next paragraph. "I too didn't see you at first," I said, "but I heard you come in." Now narrator is saying, I too didn't see you at first. At first, I didn't see you, but I heard you come in. Means by hearing the voice, some voice, he understood that someone came in the compartment. I wondered if I could be able to prevent the girl from discovering that I was blind. I thought to myself, if I keep to my seat, she won't perhaps know of it. Now, the narrator was very clever. He just wanted to keep the fact, prevent this fact that he was blind, and he just want to show that he was not blind. He is okay. He just want to show that. And he thought to himself if he could be able to prevent the girl from discovering that I am blind. He thought to himself, if I keep to my seat. Now he is thinking that if I keep to my seat, my place, she won't be able to know this fact. He thought to himself that if he was sitting on his own place and not moving here and there, then she won't be able to know this fact that he is blind. I am getting down at Saharanpur, the girl said. My aunt shall come to receive me at the station. Where are you going? Here, the girl said to the narrator, I am getting down at Saharanpur. My aunt shall come to receive me at the station. Now she is telling to him, her aunt shall be coming to receive her. Now she asked, where are you going? She asked to the narrator, where are you going? To Dehradun and then to Mussoorie, I replied. What he replied? To Dehradun and then to Mussoorie. Oh, lucky you, exclaimed the girl. I wish I too were going to Mussoorie. I love the mountains, especially in October. Here, when the narrator said to Dehradun and then to Mussoorie, on this the girl said, oh, lucky you, exclaimed the girl, means showing sudden expression. She said, I wish I too were going, means she too wanted to go to Mussoorie. As we know that Mussoorie is very nice and cool place, so the girl also wanted to go to Mussoorie. She said, I love the mountains, especially in the month of October. The girl said to the narrators, yes, this is the best time, I said, recalling my memories when I could see. The hills are covered with beautiful wild flowers. It is pleasant during the day and the sun is delicious. At night, you can sit in front of a log fire and drink a little brandy. Here, when the girl said she also wished to go to Mussoorie and she loved mountains, especially in October. On this, narrator said, yes, this is the best time. I said, recalling my memories means he was just recalling his old memories when he was not blind. He went to Mussoorie and that's why he was just remembering about the Mussoorie trip. What he is saying, the narrator told that in the month of October, the hills in Mussoorie are covered with beautiful wild flowers, and during the day, the sun is delicious, and at night, we can sit in front of log fire. Log fire means, you can see the meaning, fire made by burning logs. Fire made by burning logs. So, he said, you can sit in front of log fire and drink a little brandy, he said to the girl. She didn't say anything in reply. For quite a while there was silence. I wondered if my words had offended her. Perhaps she was thinking of me as a romantic fool. Here, what happened? When narrator said about Mussoorie, she didn't say anything in reply. She didn't say anything, any word in reply for quite a while. For a short time, again there was a silence. There was a silence, no one was talking. I wondered. I wondered again. Wondered means he felt doubt if my word had offended her. He just thinking that or having doubt that his words had offended her. Offended means you can see the meaning. Annoyed, insulted, upset. Annoyed, insulted, upset. So the narrator just wanted to know that if his word had offended her, perhaps she was thinking, or maybe she was thinking that I am a romantic fool. Romantic fool means one who seeks too much pleasure in such things as love, beauty, wine, etc. So here narrator is telling about the girl that when he was talking too much to her, she didn't say anything, so that he was just thinking that maybe his words made her offended, or maybe she was just thinking that he was a romantic fool. So this first part is finished here. Now come to the second part. Then I made a mistake. What is it like outside? I asked. This question did not surprise her. Had she noticed that I couldn't see? Here what happened? Here, while talking to her, he said, what is it like outside? He had a mistake. He just used this word. What is it like outside? This question did not surprise her. This question did not surprise her. Now he is asking to himself, had she noticed that I couldn't see? But I felt reassured when she asked quite naturally, why don't you look out of the window? Here, when he said to us, I made a mistake, what mistake he had done? He said, what is it like outside? And then he realized that why I use this word. Then what happened? This question did not surprise her. This question did not surprise her. She don't understood anything. And he asked to himself, had she noticed that I couldn't see? And when she asked, why don't you look out of the window? Then he reassured. Reassured means, you can see the meaning here. Was left with no fear or doubt, became confident again. When the girl again asked this, why don't you look out of the window? Then he became reassured, means again became confident. I moved easily along the berth and felt for the window ledge. The window was open and I faced it. I made a pretense of studying the landscape. Here, what happened? I moved easily along the berth. He moved slowly along the berth and felt for the window ledge. Ledge means, you can see the meaning here. Narrow shelf underneath a window. Narrow shelf underneath the window. Here, I moved easily along the berth and felt for the window ledge. He slowly moved window side. The window was open. The window was open. I faced it. I faced it means he just looking at the window side. I made a pretense. Pretense means, you can see the meaning. False show. False show. So he just made a pretense of studying the landscape. Studying the landscape. He was just showing that he was not blind. He was looking outside and pretending that he was not blind and looking outside whatever is come. He just showing this. In my mind's eyes, I could see the telegraph post flashing by. Now he is saying in my mind's eyes means when he could see the telegraph post flashing by. He was just remembering that and just showing that telegraph post flashing. You can see here, flashing means moving or passing very quickly. So the narrator just telling this to the girl. Have you noticed, I said with confidence, that the tree seems to be moving while we seems to be still? And then what happened? As we all know, when we are going by train or something else, we felt that we are sitting in one place and the trees and the pillars are moving and we are sitting in one place. But it was not true. It is not true now. We all know that we are moving and the other things are still on their own place. But we felt like that we are still on the our place and the things are moving. So what happened here? The narrator said, have you noticed? I said with confidence that the tree seems to be moving while we seems to be still. That always happened, she said. The girl said, that always happened. Nothing new in this. This always happened. I turned from the window and faced the girl. For a while, we sat in silence. Now, what happened? He turned his face. He turned the face from the window and faced it from the girl's side. And for a while, for a short time, we sat in silence. Silently they said, you have an interesting face, I commented. I was becoming quite daring, but it was a safe remark. Few girls would mind anything said in their praise. Here what happened? You have an interesting face, the narrator said to the girl. I commented. Commented? He just commenting about her face. I was becoming quite dear. Dear means bold. But it was a safe remark. Nothing else he said. He just said you are having a interesting face. He knows that few girls would mind anything said in their praise. Few girls not liking this type of comment. But what happened? She laughed pleasantly. It was a clear ringing laugh. On his comment, she laughed pleasantly. Happily she laughed. It was a clear ringing laugh. Ringing laugh means in the way of laughing. In the ringing tone, she was just laughing. It's nice to be told that, she said. She said, it's nice to be told that. I'm so tired of people telling me that I have a pretty face. Here, she said, it's nice to be told that. What he told that? He said, interesting face. And she said, it's nice to hear this because so many people are saying that she has a pretty face. She became tired of people telling her that she has a pretty face. So you do have a pretty face, I said to myself. Now, narrator said to himself, now he understood that actually she has a pretty face. And then I said aloud, well, an interesting face can be a pretty face also. Now, when the girl said, many people have said that she has a pretty face. So, the narrator understood that actually the girl has a pretty face. Now, aloud he said, well, interesting face can be a pretty face also. Okay. You are very witty, she said. Have you a watch? What time is it? You are very witty. Witty means funny, or you can say comic, she said to the narrator. And she asked the time. What is the time? She asked. Well, we will be soon at your station, I replied. Narrator said, we will be soon at your station. Thank goodness, it's a short journey, she said. I can't bear to sit in a train for more than 2 or 3 hours. Now the girl said, thank God. She said, thank God. Why she said? Because she don't like a long journey. She just can't bear the train journey more than 2 or 3 hours. She can't bear a long journey. But I was prepared to sit there with her for any length of time. I could never to be tired of listening to her talking. Her voice had the sparkle of a mountain brook. As soon as she left the train, she would forget our brief encounter. But its sweetness would stay with me for the rest of the journey. All my present thoughts were centered round her. Here, just when the girl asked the time, the narrator said, very soon the station will be here. Then she said, thank God, I don't like a long journey. She can't bear journey more than 2 or 3 hours. And what happened that when she said like this, narrator said to himself, but I was prepared to sit there with her for any length of time. Means for more and more time he can sit with the girl. He liked the voice, he liked the nature of the girl, and he just wanted to stay with her. And he said, I could never be tired of listening to her talking. He said he will never get tired of listening her voice or talking to her. Her voice had this sparkle, a sparkle of a mountain brook. You can see the meaning here, sparkle. Liveliness, cheerfulness, life and energy. And brook means small stream. So, her voice had the sparkle of mountain brook. As soon as she left the train, she would forget our brief encounter. Now the narrator is saying, as soon as she left the train, she would forget our brief encounter, means our meeting. Encounter means meeting. She will forget. Very soon she will forget a sudden meeting. But its sweetness would stay with me for the rest of the journey. But her sweetness, her sweet voice with me for the rest of the journey. All my present thought, now he's saying all my present thought were centered round her. He was just thinking about the girl, her voice, everything. Now what happened? The engine gave a whistle, the carriage wheels changed their sound and rhythm. The girl got up to collect her things. I wondered if she wore her hair in a bun or if she had a ponytail. I wondered if it hung down loose over her shoulders or if it was cut very short. Now the engine gave a whistle. Engine gave a whistle. The carriage wheel changed their sound and rhythm, means the train became very slow. The girl got up to collect her things. She was ready to collect her things and he wondered. What he wondered means, again wondered means having doubt. He was just thinking that the girl wore her hair in a bun. He was thinking about her hairstyle. She wore her hair in a bun. Bun means hair tied into a knot at the back of the head. Okay, so bun means hair tied into a knot the back of the head. Or if she had a ponytail. Or if she had a ponytail. He was just imagining. Ponytail, you can see the meaning. Hair tied at the back of the head so that it hangs like a horse tail. This is called ponytail. I wondered if it hung down loose over her shoulder, or he wondered that her hair hung down loose over her shoulder, means like open hair, or if it was cut very short, or if it was very short. He was just thinking about her hairstyle. The train drew slowly into the station. Outside there was the shouting of porters and vendors. A high-pitched female voice was heard near the carriage door. It must have been the girl's aunt there. Here, the train drew slowly means train reached on the station, and outside some shouting voice of porters and vendors. Porters means a person who carry luggage, and vendors you can say selling something on a street like railway station. So a high pitched female voice, and in this shouting voice a high pitched female voice was heard near the carriage door. It must have been the girl's aunt there. Goodbye, said the girl. The girl said goodbye. She was standing very close to me. She was standing very close to me. She was so close that I could smell the perfume from her hair. I stood up from my seat. I wanted to raise my hand and touch her hair, but she moved away. Only the perfume still lingered where she had stood. Here, what happened? The girl said goodbye, and the narrator just wanted to feel or touch her hair. She was standing very close to him. The girl was standing very close to him. She was so close that he could smell the perfume from her hair. The smell of her hair he could smell. Very close she was standing. And then what happened? The narrator stood up from his seat and he wanted to raise his hand to touch her hair. But she moved away. She moved. Only the perfume is still lingered. Lingered, you can see the meaning. Stayed for a long time. Stayed for a long time. Where she had stood. Only the perfume still lingered where she had stood. Only the smell was there and she moved away. There was some confusion in the doorway. A man who was getting into the compartment spoke some words in apology. Then the door banged shut and I turned to my berth. The guard blew his whistle and the train moved off. Here the girl went, and after that there was some confusion in the doorway. Some confusion was there. A man who was getting into the compartment means someone is coming and the girl was going, and some crash was there and the man said some apology to her. Then the door banged shut, the door closed, and the narrator came back to his own berth. And then the train started. The guard blew the whistle and the train moved. Slowly the train gathered speed. The wheels took up their song. The carriage groaned and shook. I found the window and sat in front of it. I started staring into the daylight that was darkness for me. Slowly what happened? The train gathered speed. In speed it was running. The wheels took up their song. The train sound is coming. The carriage groaned and shook. Groan, you can see the meaning. Made a harsh cracking sound in train. I found the window. He found the window and he just sat on his place. He started staring into the daylight. Staring means looking with wide open eyes. Looking with wide open eyes. He was just staring outside daylight. That was darkness for him. He was just looking outside, but it was darkness for him. Once again, I had a game to play and a new companion. One new companion he got. And after that, "I'm sorry," said the passenger, trying to make conversation. "I'm not as attractive a companion as the one who just left." Here, what happened? A new companion came, and the new companion said, "I'm sorry." Why he said sorry? He just trying to make conversation, and he said, "I'm not as attractive a companion as the one who just left." Means I'm not attractive like the girl. "She was an interesting girl," I said. The narrator said she was an interesting girl. "Can you tell me whether she had long hair or short?" Now the narrator asked from the new man who came just now. He asked, "Can you tell me whether she had long hair or short hair?" "I didn't notice," he replied, sounding puzzled. "It was her eyes I noticed, not her hair. She had such beautiful eyes, but they were of no use to her. She was completely blind. Didn't you notice?" So here what happened? When he asked from the new companion about her hair, short or long, so he replied, "I didn't notice. I only noticed about her eyes." "She had such beautiful eyes," the man replied to the narrator, "but they were of no use to her." And then he said, "They were of no use to her. She was completely blind." The new companion told to the narrator she was completely blind. And then he asked, "Didn't you notice?" So here what happened? Do you understood? The girl was also blind and the narrator was also blind. And the whole journey he just wanted to pretend that he was okay, he was not blind. So the narrator told that the narrator came to know that the girl he had been traveling with was also blind. When the new companion told about the beauty of her eyes that was completely blind and are of no use to her. Here your chapter is finished. We will start new lesson in new video, next video. Till then, thank you.